Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hey, happy Tuesday morning to you. 1 p.m. is still the morning. If I'm tired, it's the morning, okay? It's the morning. It's the dang morning. So, for any of you who have been curious, I've been hearing this pop up every now and again, but a lot of the cards that I own are obviously Guilds of Ravnica. I purchased 90 of these packs. Probably going to do a 90 of Dominaria, 90 of Core set at some point here. I don't really want to do the Ixalan or Rivals of Ixalan. I kind of want to just chill a little bit and use my wild cards. I'm actually briefly going to see how I am doing wild card wise. I have a pretty good amount. These are actually the two that I want a lot of. I have a lot of the mythics that I want, but we are in the mood, my dudes. We're in the mood to be playing Standard in November. Canuck says, holy shit, that's a lot of wild cards. In terms of cards, I basically only bought the 90 Guilds of Ravnica, and then I have just gathered up a whole bunch of packs by drafting. I really like drafting as a way to build collections. So, Brutaloris says, looking forward to seeing you play. I just red drafted hard and shafted myself, but got a history of Benalia. Ooh, Benalish Marshall. Chain Whirler and Tempest Gin out of it. Worth. Yeah, Jesus, that's worth as hell. So I'm going to be playing some Dominaria and talking a little bit about this. Feel free to vote which ones you think are the best. Oh my god, this card is very, 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 very good. But that's okay. Wow, this card is very, 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 very good. Anyways. Why use gems over gold? That's just a fantastic question. Wow, hard-hitting, intelligently worded, very real questions being asked by Daft Chap. Yeah, it's a great point. That's a great point. Overlay's not active, so the overlay's up and it's active. If you're not seeing it, just go ahead and refresh. Sometimes there's some little syncing errors. And the reason I know it's active is because we already have about 150 votes. Oh, what is that? No, I'm wrong. We only have 80 votes. I thought that had an extra 0 at the end of it. I did my tiny number math wrong. Cheers. I have a double espresso day to start the day. A thing to note about this format is that it's a pretty slow format. Doing big plays, kicking a lot of stuff, tends to be very good. Verix Blade Wing is extraordinarily nice. It's a 4/4 flyer for 4, which is A+. Big flyers are amazing in this format. And you can kick it for not that much to get 2 4/4s with flying. I mean, this is stupidly ridiculous. What do I think the second best card is here? I really like Settle the Score. That's, I think, 99% the second best card, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, so this is number 1, this is number 2 by a wide margin. Song of Freyalise is an interesting one. Until your next turn, creatures you control gain... I'm an elf. Alright, you know what I mean? I'm an elf. Hey, Astro Monkey, happy 42. Good to see you. Oh, look at this. We also got Kay Lauren, Idara Rose, Benesthesia. Must Kill 88. Cheers. Song of Freyalise is conditionally nifty. It needs the proper deck to work. Because if you have the ability to ramp, you only get the reward if you have something big to ramp into, and if you have little dudes out. So there's some conditionals there. But Verix Blade Wing is Destroyer of Choice. Oh, this is fascinating. Two-headed giant. Same cost. Whenever two-headed giant attacks, flip 2 coins. If they both are heads, it gains double strike. If they're both tails, it gains menace. So most of the time, this is a 4/4 for 4. Half the time, it's dope. But I'm feeling a lot of redness in here today. Untamed Kavu is a pretty spectacular card. I really like Untamed Kavu. What else do we have here? This was good if we're in red-blue wizards, and is already pretty nice. Because the format's kind of slow, there's some aggro decks that can really destroy stuff. Gaia's Blessing is weird. Target player shuffles 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library, and the Gaia's Blessing just keeps going back in the library. I mean, two-headed giant's the pick. This is just very good. Okay. Okay, I'm reading the decks. I'm reading the decks. We're reading our packs. We've seen kind of what I'll call fine, solid green. Like, we've seen some mammoth spiders, we've seen some elves and whatnot. Let's look at the red cards. This one is very interesting. At the beginning of combat on your turn, for each aura and equipment attached to Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, create a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. So, if we pick Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, and we manage to get some equipment on there, then it's just generating a ton of 3/1s. Just generating a ton of 3/1s. This is the card I'm probably going to pick because it's an instant speed, deal 2 damage, and we can kick it for a total of 5 to deal 4 damage. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do this. Keldon Overseer I really like is like one of those 10th pick, 11th pick cards. This can be like kind of a finisher. But I think it's a pretty clear Sheevan Fire. Valduk is a very good card. And there's an argument to be made, pick Valduk early on, so you can get the enchantments, so you can get the weapons. And there's some good weapons, especially with Dominaria having the historic themes. They want to have a lot of artifact weapons in the set. But I think Sheevan Fire is just consistent, reliable, nice. We're pretty much red at this point, and then we don't really have any sort of other color that we're committed to. Goodness. This Triumph of Gerard I actually don't like. You just put some counters on a dude, and then you get a big turn. And that's about it. Sanctum Spirit is... I actually feel like this card, if you're new to Dominaria, I feel like this card really is like a representative of tons of cards in this set. 3 2s that feel a little bit expensive and do some shit. Like a Sanctum Spirit, a 3/2 that does some stuff nifty. I'll be pointing to a lot of these types of 3/2s. This is part of the reason why I really like Sheevan Fire, because it deals 2 damage. So what do I think the best cards here are? Keldon Overseer is not actually that amazing. It's a 3/1 with haste. It's one you can get to 7 mana, and you can haste and steal a creature for a turn. The best cards here are probably Yavimaya Sapherd. I think Academy Drake is excellent. I think we're picking up the Academy Drake. This card never lets me down. Voltaic Servant can be nifty, especially if you have some historic stuff, like if you are a blue artifact deck. While I'm picking stuff, I want to note that we have a whole slew of deck codes provided by Wizards of the Coast. And the way it works is you get the deck code, you put it in, and now you have that deck and all the cards just in your collection. So this is basically free cards. If you want to go to our Discord, discord.gg/day9tv, we're definitely giving them away all day today. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Academy Drake. I think it's the best. These are some very interesting picks. So, I think that if I were to ask the question, what's the best card here? Ancient Animus is nice. It's a fight. It's a little expensive, but, you know, it's a fight. We have the Flying Sheriff card. Not a godlike card, but something I always want. Blink of an Eye, I think, is pretty amazing. But Tetsuko Mizawa is a really nice card to pick up early, because it just makes all your low drops. Atomic Faces, Dan, could you please explain what you're doing for those who may not know? What do you mean Atomic Phase? I'm doing what's called a draft, which is you get presented with cards, you pick one, and then pass the ones that you didn't pick to the left. And then, so you receive a pack to the right. This just keeps going until we have picked all the way through 15 cards. And then we open up another pack and do it again. Merfolk Trickster is alright. But I'm going to Blink of an Eye. I think Blink of an Eye is a little more reliable than any of this other stuff. Okay, so knee-jerk, I would just go, oh, there's an opt. But I want to stop. Well, because it's the only red-blue card here. But I want to stop because we don't necessarily have to be blue. Arguably, we don't have to be red, but I really like these two. Especially Verix Bladewing is pretty disgusting. But, I mean, I think opt is actually the best card here. It's a pretty weak pack. Okay, so we actually, this is nice. We're seeing blue and red pass to us. Goblin spells cost 1 less. Goblins you control have haste. I don't even think there's like a lot of goblins in this thing. Now the question is, do I want to go heavy on the evasion? Just be blue-red flyers? Do I want the stable 2/3? Do I want Crablar? I think Fire Elemental is not it. Radiating Lightning is not it. Radiating Lightning is a pretty horrific card. It's basically something you'd sideboard in if you were up against Saprolings. I really don't like running this card. Just a 1/1 flyer. I think I'm actually going to take the Tolarian Scholar. That sounds right. I believe it's between these two. These are the two that I think is interesting. These would be the interesting. The crab's freaking you out? Dude, look at him. Isn't he majestic? Ooh. Here's going to be my argument for picking up the Tolarian Scholar. There's a lot of wizard synergy. Ignoring the fact that this is a wizard, this is a 2/3 for 3, which is a pretty nice defensive creature. This is not good at defense. This will just ping a little bit. Here and there. I don't have a ton of historic spells. The Scry can potentially be nice. I really don't know how to value this card, to be honest. I'm going to pick up the Tolarian Scholar. Alright, Memorial to Glory. Is there anything that's surprising me? Windgrace Acolyte being so late is kind of shocking. Yeah, this is a red card. Memorial to Glory is great, but I think I'm going to stick to the 2 colors that I've started with. Fantastic. Now this is actually interesting. Run Amok is actually a nice trick. Opt is fantastic for... I think Opt is just an all-around very nice card. Howling Golem is one that I think is really interesting. Really interesting. Atomic Face is a dumb question for me, but what's the difference between red and blue? So there's 5 colors in Magic, and outside of what the specific cards do, they have really strong and strict partitioning. So blue, for instance, has a lot of like draw card, tricksy type stuff. Red has almost no card draw, where it just lets you easily draw a card. But they do have a lot of direct damagey type things, a lot of fire and dragon and stuff like that. So you're trying to like figure out how to sort of balance strengths and weaknesses of the colors against each other as you're picking cards one at a time. I don't know if I'm good enough to make Howling Golem work. I'd like an Opt. I think Run Amok is actually much better. Actually, I'm going to try to get the Run Amok this one time. I think I kind of like Run Amok. Oh, God. But Opt is so good in Dominaria due to the fact that it's a slow format. Alright, my first intuition was Opt. I'm going to just stick with my first intuition. Befuddle doesn't really do that much, but it does cycle, so that could potentially be good. The world wants me to get Befuddle. I'm not going to run 2. Oh my god, it's Baby Cat Flight. I don't know. Seismic Shift or Arcane Flight? I'm going to take the land removal. I don't think I'm going to run either. Oh. Hello. Traxos, Scourge of Krug. So this is strictly wrong to pick. The pick here is very, very clear. It's Cloud Reader Sphinx. It's a very nice card. This is so good. Welcome. I think I might actually be... I kind of like this Journey Mage. I kind of like the Journey Mage, but I think it's the wrong pick. I really like this card a lot. The reason I like it is there's a lot of 3/2s. 3/2s for 3 is a pretty base stat line in this set. Or there's a lot of 2 toughness things. You know, like the, is it called Cabal Paladin? The black 4/2? The problem with the Gitu Journey Mage with our deck is we have exactly 1 wizard. I really like this card. If we can get more wizards, I'd have been happier about this. But I think it's... Vicious Offering is a removal spell. Howling Golem is another potential one. This guy getting Arcane Flight is just a game ender. Deep Freeze is super solid though. I'm gonna pick up the Deep Freeze. I think I might actually overvalue Deep Freeze generally. I mean, to me it just feels like blue removal, you know? We have Wizard's Retort. 2 blues, always a little rough to cast. Cloud Reader Sphinx is excellent and right on board with what we're doing, so... Squee is hilarious, but not particularly great. Okay. This is an interesting little pack. Skizzik. Trample Haste. With a cheap kicker. Now, Naban, Dean of Iteration. If a wizard enters and procs an ability, you get to proc it again. But I actually think we just pick up the basic Fiery Intervention. It's 5 mana, destroy almost any creature, right? It's pretty straightforward. In terms of the wizards that we have 1 wizard. I feel we're pretty non-wizardy. We seem like a red-blue evasion deck with some nice removal. Premium removal. Let's do it. So, I mean, if we look at this curve, we have to be a little bit careful that we actually have enough thickness here. But I'm pretty pleased with how our deck's looking. Sheevan Fire is ridiculous, so we're going to pick up the ridiculous card. Now, what do these ones do? Precognition Field. Look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an instant or a sorcery. I can pay 3 to exile. Ooh, that seems bad. That seems slow as hell. Relic Runner is just a 2/1. Oh, this pack's odd. I'm not going to pick up the Befuddle, because I already have a Befuddle in the sideboard. Warlord's Fury. Part of me thinks I should just take the Relic Runner, because I don't think I'm going to run this. Or maybe I just take the big boy. Yeah, dude, Lazical Colossus, it's kind of like a bad experimental frenzy, dude. I was thinking the same thing. I definitely don't need the Warlord's Fury. It's between these two. I think I'm actually going to take the simpler, easier to cast one. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think we are a more aggressive deck, is everything that appears to be indicating as such. Jesus. It's kind of late. I think Primordial Worm's actually pretty good. Emerging Cyclops. I mean, I may as well. I don't think I'm going to run Unwind, because it only counters non-creature spells. And I want the dude. Goodness. That's just a godlike pickup. That's very nice for us. Academy Drake, welcome to the set. Okay, let's see here. Sentinel of the Pearl Trident. What does this do? You may exile to historic, and so this basically has a flicker effect. That's expensive as hell. For a 3/3 flash? Eh? This part is for more aggressive. Why didn't he pick up the first strike card and card draw? That card it's actually just pretty weak. It's just not that aggressive. I think I will simply pick up the Sparring Construct. Right? It's just a simple dork, and I can't remember which one has a historic proc. I think nothing. Oh, that's right. This Relic Runner does. I mean, may as well just have the dude come down. Oh my god, welcome. Welcome. Wizard's Retort is actually very nice, and I think I will run it. Will not be running a second Seismic Shift. I'm going to pick up this Fervent Strike and probably put it in the sideboard. It's a relatively weak combat trick. Alright. Probably not going to run all 3 ops. Look at this. Warlord's Fury comes back again. Lich's Mastery. Don't you dare. Yep, there's the pick. Yep. Yep. Found the pick. I'm not going to pick this. For any of you who don't know, look at how ridiculous this card is. And I don't mean ridiculous as in, oh, this is really, really, really good. I mean, this is just, like, ridiculous. First of all, it is an enchantment that is hexproof that reads, you can't lose the game. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, for each 1 life you lost, exile a permanent you control or a card from your hand or graveyard. When Lich's Mastery leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. So this card, there is actually a deck that runs 3 Lich's Masteries and 2 of the cards that say you take an extra turn after this one and then you lose the game at the end of that turn. So you use that card and this to like take extra turns, and at the end of those turns it says you lose the game, but Lich's Mastery says you can't lose the game, so you just get to keep playing. And it's like a 5-color deck, and it just won. It just won some event. It's really weird. We're going to take in Bolus's Clutches, because mind controlling a dude is amazing. What an interesting little pack. Boy, my deck's weird looking. Probably getting rid of some ops. Huh. So Academy Journey Mage lets me bounce a creature that the enemy controls. And I quite like the ability to bounce. How many creatures do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 creatures. You know, I think... This is tough. I feel like the correct pick is actually the Keldon Overseer. Here's my argument. If I'm in a position where I have any amount of... Oh, maybe I'm not that aggressive, huh? This can be acceptably played on turn 3. I think I'm actually less aggressive than I give myself credit for. Maybe I'm actually a little bit more slow and control-y. Yeah, I think I've talked myself out of this one. I think it's between one of these two. This can let me just put a clock on people pretty nicely. I'm going to take the Journey Mage. I'm going to take the Journey Mage because I just don't have that many creatures. Oh, this is an interesting pack, huh? This card is nice in a red-blue Wizards deck. If I had more Wizards early, then hell yeah. Syncopate is pretty dope. I gotta admit, that's a pretty dope card. These are nice for the card draws. I think I'm leaning towards the Syncopate. I'm probably actually running all three of these ops. I could use some draw, though. This is kind of what I'm looking at in my deck. We have like one draw spell. Nah, actually, okay. Let's get the Syncopate, man. I like running one Syncopate. Okay. Alright, we're a very lucky boy. Alright, this is very runnable. This is very runnable. Tempest Djinn. Alright, okay, well, someone's looking out for us, huh? Alright. I'm kind of feeling a short sword. Slim Voda's like maybe my favorite card in this set. Okay, shit, man, I'm taking it. Oh, wow. What a pile of pickups. Huh. Alright, what do we want in here? It's a pretty easy cut. Pretty easy cut, I think. I think I might just be very greedy. Do like this. I kind of want to just get the Memorial to Genius. It's pretty nice. Goblin War Chief, I think, is super not it. 2/2 for 3 is pretty mediocre. I think it's between. I think it's among the blue cards. I think the Sparring Construct gets out of here. A little low on creatures, but I think I'd rather cut this and just have like cheap 1 mana things, and then have a Tolarian Scholar defensively, and just kind of focus on this side. I don't know if that's actually like way too slow. I mean, hell, we could even go super bold like this. This is quite brave. I've actually never run 2 Syncopates. Syncopates is a card that, like, increasingly I'm not as big a fan of Syncopate, but it's been getting run a lot in Standard, so. Memorial to Genius, though, is just a land. Having a 1/3 is fucking crazy nice, though. You know, Rampaging Cyclops is actually a super duper cuttable thing. Both these cards are like better. Let's count our creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 creatures. Man, is that crazy? I think I actually don't run the Syncopate. So this technically lets us cast more instant and sorcery spells, but like, which ones? It can help us cast Blink of an Eye, Wizard's Retort, Way to Memory. And I guess the Syncopate. Dude, I'm just okay. So I'm thinking it's between Memorial to Genius and Syncopate. Sheevan Fire. Oh, that's right, for the kicker. Good point. Good point. I'm gonna give this a shot. I really don't know what, like, the multi-syncopate. Like, we have such few creatures, but the argument would be that's fine, man. We have like removal and delay. That's it. That's what we're all about. We just cut a Rampaging Cyclops, so I'm probably not going to get another one of those. I'm actually probably going to pick up Sparring Construct. Because I think we're thinking about the sideboard right now. Thinking about getting flexibility in our construction. Well, there's our Turtle Power. else on the side. What's this do? And I can almost make this work. I guess I only have the one. Academy Journey Mage actually seems probably like a poor fit with what we're doing. I think this is a very good card, but Sorcerer's Wand is just too weird and niche. Maybe Guardians of Koilos? I don't know. I don't really care about any of these. Just gonna grab the Guardian. Wow, that's a really late way to memory. Actually, that's super nice. Homeward Explorer. Alright, let's get some blue dudes. And take Final Parting because I have like nothing but befuddles. Okay, so we got some real choices here. See, I mean, like, here's what sucks. We got 10 creatures, man. We are low on creatures. Now, do we just say, yeah, that's fine. We're going for the high creatures. Two-headed Giant is a 4/4 for 4. They can get Double Strike and Menace sometimes. I mean, that's pretty sick. This is good. This is good. Do I really want 3 ops? I feel like I do. Like, weight of memory is... See, I just am worried we're too slow. Like, we have so many expensive fucking things. Like, we just pull this guy out and put in a cheaper creature. Like, even something like this feels better to me. Wizard's Retort, we get out of here. If I put in another one of these guys and then just took a moment to look. I mean, we have a lot of flexibility because I picked up some Sparring Construct. Slyn Voda, the Rising Deep, is kind of a hilarious card. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Get some water, and I'm gonna do some thinking while I'm away. Oh, hi, Sheriff. You got the baby blanket. Yes, it's a cat. Okay, so let me... In thinking through this, we don't actually need... So let me actually just pull a bunch of the big dudes out. Cloud Reader Sphinx is perfectly reasonable. We don't really need a huge amount of dudes at this high end. Like this is already a lot of power. Oops, this is the one I want. So 38. I think we should get... I mean, this is a 3/4 flyer. This is tough to kill. Really tough to kill. Here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm kind of thinking of not running the Slyn Voda, but instead running like 2 cheaper, more solid, rounded creatures. Actually, something like this. That actually feels a lot better, huh? I actually think that seems a lot better. Like, I don't really think I need a lot of turtles. And in fact, I feel like if I'm running a Cold Water Snapper, I may as well make this like a Slyn Voda. Something like this. Something to this tune. I kind of like this more. Part of me wants to figure out if I can get a weight of memory, another weight of memory in there. This feels better. This feels better. I'd rather have 2 turtles, says the Black Death. The Snapper I really like because it's hexproof, right? It's like slow. But I think that we have a little bit more of like a comfortable mid-game with this. To really get in there. Actually, maybe I do want this. So, am I really going to do that much with 10 mana? Cut an Opt. I actually think Opt is... It's just too good. I think it's like... I'd rather have an Opt than a Weight of Memory, I almost feel like. Is there another one that I'd get out of here for that? I have just some really great removal in here. Sheevan Fires, Syncopates, Fire Interventions. So we're going to have 11 creatures. By the way, it's Tuesday cleaning times. Maybe cut the Homerid for the Retort. I kind of like Homerid Explorer more than I like the Wizard's Retort. I don't want to be too countery. Syncopates I'm also not 100% sure on. I think I'm gonna try this for now. I'm gonna leave the Weight of Memories out. This does feel very good. Fuck. Homerid Explorer is the worst blue creature in all of Dominaria. I love this crab, man. He's a good crab. He's a good guy. I just kind of want something in the mid-game. Something. So, if I go through this, 100% running this. Actually, let's start from this side. Ops, yes. Sheevan Fire. Syncopates, you know, maybe... Maybe we're not running both of these Syncopates. Blink of an Eye is great. These are great. This is questionable. Homerid Explorer is definitely the most questionable of them all there. We brought back a Snapper. Got this puppy out and put in a Weight of Memory. I mean, we have a lot of control early on. Eh? I just feel a little scared. Three Ops is a shitload of card fixing. We have a ton of cheap control-y stuff. Okay, you know, let me explain precisely why I'm feeling so, I don't know. Like, let's, for a moment, just think about your creatures with me, right? Our first creature, 2 Academy Drakes and a Tolarian Scholar and a Tempest Djinn. I'm going to ignore the Djinn for a moment, because obviously it's very solid. But, like, these are just not, this is not a lot of defense, right? This is not a lot of defense. So, what do we have for defense? Some amazing Deep Freeze, Sheevan Fire, Syncopates. That's pretty great, right? That's pretty damn tight. But I don't know how good that is. Like, I know it's good, but I really just don't know how good it is. And for that reason, like, how much can I emphasize this high end? I don't actually think I need that much of a high end. Like, actually, probably doing this and putting in a Homerid Explorer. This is actually probably better. Anyone who asks about mana, oh, Chad, if you could help me out a little bit with this, if you could just help me out. I always do my mana base last, so a lot of people are telling me like, oh, 5 mountains. We haven't even looked at it, haven't even decided if we're even going to make decisions about mana, because we're not sure about what the deck is. Slim Voda does feel like the most unnecessary pile of garbage here. He's just a huge man. I love this card, though. He's the win condition. Ooh, no, I think that the Cloud Reader Sphinxes, Verix Bladewing, Two-Headed Giant, just the dudes that deal damage, Cold Water Snapper. These are all acceptable big damagers. Isn't a retort better than one sink? You might be right. Let's assume I cut this. What's the correct card to put in? Run 0 creatures that threaten early? That's okay. That's okay. Do we want another turtle? Do we want an Academy Journey Mage? I think that's my big question. Academy Journey Mage or Cold Water Snapper? Journey Mage feels a lot better, doesn't it? Even as I say it out loud, it feels a lot better. I think it just feels a hell of a lot better, right? Just like play it, slow him down a little bit. Like the slower this game goes, I think the better. Now I'm starting to feel better. Okay, I think this is it. This is pretty low creature count even for me. Where am I missing a creature? Through all this changing, I have 39 cards in the deck. We need more creatures. Okay. We do have 17 land. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put in the turtle, and I'm really going to be super aware of how my early game's doing. I can't tell if my early game is killing it or if it is way too flimsy. I really can't tell. I don't have a good intuition looking at it, so let's just cut this. Yes, yes, yes. This does look like a 10-7 deck. That looks right. Wizard Retort's always good. We actually have such a heavy skew to blue. I think it's okay. It's mana curve or control decks. We're not exactly as concerned about having a super even curve. I mean, 7 seems pretty fine. Yeah, 7 red sources for this number of cards. Seems correct. We have 2 doubles. Early games. The more early game you have, the better it is to have these. And this is pretty important to have early. This is just a red card, so it's just fine. I really do not know about this Cold Water Snapper, but all right. Turtle power. This is a tough construction for me. So we have a couple questions going into this. Doing some learning. I think the question mark for me here is, okay, do we want to run Wizard's Retort? Or another Syncopate? Wizard's Retort, as far as our deck is concerned, is vanilla counter spells. This is a god hand. Yeah, guys, we're giving away deck codes for this game, Magic the Gathering Arena, in our Discord. The way that we're going to think of Tempest Djinn is Tempest Djinn can be played on turn 3 sometimes as a crazy big bonus. But we really do not need that to be the case. We can play this on turn 4 or 5. I'm just blowing this up, not even close. I don't even think it's a decision. So that Humrid Explorer is one that we were considering making a Tolarian Scholar. Kind of rough not to peel land off the top. But there's still hope. So it's part of the reason why we're running a lot of ops. Fuck. Oh my god, shit. Oh my god. Wow. Might be game. We're literally losing to just basic dorks. Really? Fuck. Alright, so we gotta deep freeze this. Okay, so at least we last a few more turns. Man, look at all this 2-3 power. Alright, so we have some choices. And which choice will we make? Probably the one that lets us live. Keeping the Shivan fire up. See, this is why you always hear me say we just need more creatures. Because, like, just having dudes on the board doing stuff. Like, these are some really mediocre cards, and we're getting owned, man. Cloud Reader Sphinx will shut a lot of stuff down if we can just draw land. Looks like no, it won't. Somehow I remember... What card is it that actually causes the thing to be... it blows up when it blocks? I thought that was Deep Freeze. What am I confusing this with? Dwindle from M19. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is pretty much exactly right. May as well. We might live. We might live. That's okay. Alright, we're gonna not be attacking for a little while, everyone. The turtles bounce, and if there was no good attack last turn, there's no good attack this turn, for sure. Opponent's last card is Arcane Flight. Boy, that would be bad. Alright, great. So it looks like we stabilized. It looks like we did it. Which is a pretty extraordinary achievement. So right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. So 2 damage would get in. We are also going to be able to Shivan Fire Kick to blow up a Homerid Explorer, which is really nice. But we actually have some choices here. Just gonna kick this out. I wanna try something, everyone. We're turning auto tap on, and we're gonna play really slow because I've been watching tons of streamers play with auto tap on. What? Oh, shit. Reach and trample. Return 2 lands you control to their owner's hand. That is kind of tricky. Are you intentionally not using the Twitch overlay? It's on. If you guys aren't seeing the Twitch overlay, just refresh. I don't actually know what to do. think I just play the dudes. Oh, shit. Whoops. How the hell do I do this one? Whew, should have milled myself. Multani is probably pretty auto-losey, so this is a not dead Multani. Now this is a dead Multani. I'm going to lose both my baby crabs. And then she's going to come back, which is a little bit painful, but I think via the art of the chumping. So the long-term plan-ish is that this says you have to return 2 lands, then you can return Multani from your hand to your graveyard, and then replay Multani. So then if we kill Multani again, Imba Ghost is going to struggle to get enough land in the very long term. That's a very good pickup. Do no attacks right now. This is actually a huge threat. I don't think our hero notices. Reach is kind of tricky. Hopefully it's just a Multani swing. Oh, fuck. Okay, well. Oh my gosh, I don't have auto tap on. Okay, that was scary. Nope. Like this. I would have really liked for this to not to have blocked this way. I'm gonna opt right now. Or not to, I would have liked it to not tap that way. I need it to be slow. Because that's literally exactly why! Because then we could have just syncopated. Oh my gosh. If our blink of an eye didn't tap the blue, then we would have been able to syncopate. Wow, that's dirty. Fuck, man. Oh my god. We could have done it for 2. We would have done it for... Never mind. It wouldn't have mattered. Okay. Well, that's our... Well, we may as well just turn it back on then. Woo! So if this swings, how do we do it? Ugh, I'm gonna have to do some sort of mass. Problem is that this has trample, so I actually have to block it with enough stuff. So I'd go down to 2, so that's good. So now we're gonna go to 1. 3 and 4 is 7. So this is okay. So this would be 11. It gets absorbed. That would set me to 1. That's okay. Okay, so I go to 1. I don't have enough mana. There we go. Woo! That is a sick pickup. I don't think we have any other... How many cards do we have? Jesus. Okay, that's really bad. Please tap it like that. You... Okay. A Chump Academy Drake. Oh my god, if we win this game. Oh shit! Alright. Fuck. That was a good one, though. That was a good game. Alright. Sigh. Sigh. God, the agony, the pain. We're not changing the deck, though. There was a play where I could have returned my own Deep Freeze to put on his big guy. How would that have worked? How would that have worked then, Faith? Well, this is an absolute god hand. Oh, blink to bounce the Deep Freeze. Oh, that... But then that would have given the Deep Freeze back to... Okay, no, not the other Deep Freeze. Yeah. Deep Freeze on Crablar. I'm gonna do this first. Whatever. I do want that eventually. Do I keep here? I think I just need the mana. I think that's fine. Alright, well the choice has been made for us. Nice. I'm 1 mana off from being able to get that, and that's removal, so I'm just going to keep that. I actually think I just hold. I think I just wait. I don't think I play the Academy Drake right now. Yeah, I mean, I may as well. think I just play this puppy out. Nice! Well, that's not that nice, but still. Sorcery speed. Both deal. This is 4 and 5. So I guess this is more flexible. So do I just blow this guy up right now? Do I just run this puppy out? Just return that. Oh, I don't really care. Because now we can actually start getting in for some beatings in the face. Some beatings in the face. Beaten thetans. So this is going to mill more, but that's more or less fine. Sheevan fire this. Right away. Auto-tap so much faster. Yeah, I know. I like the deliberate pace of auto-tap being off. So I can just like think through what I'm trying to do. So I kick this for sure. Alright, our plan is working. The goddess draw. The goddess draw that there ever was. Alright. The game plan is that Academy Drake does 11 points of damage. Any other questions? Rebel power. If that's the best play he has on turn 7. Alright, well, looks like two-headed giant. Talarian Scholar. Okay, so I'm probably going to fire intervention. Do I need to fire intervention? I think I don't need to fire intervention anything yet. Alright, our Academy Drake. Currently trying to deal an incredible 9 points of damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, this is the top 4 cards. I keep thinking it's the top 3 cards, so I keep getting confused. But yeah, no, that makes sense. There's those 4 cards. So we are winning on the board. This bounces with this. I have 10 cards left in the deck, so I gotta be a little careful. Do I want to bounce now? No, I want to bounce on the attack to make this as slow as humanly possible. Alright, we're winning. It returns all creatures except for Merfolk's Krakens. And this is none of those. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and send that back. At end of turn to make sure that this... Perfect. So now we have also seen that this was not a land that was played. So it makes it much more difficult for Vikan to be able to play a land for this to be kicked. It's gonna have to wait 2 turns for that instead of 1 turn for that. This, we can do trade, block, trade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I chill. I think I chill. That was a really critically important time to blink of an eye, because if... Oh, that's not good. Okay, so we will have to start fiery interventioning. We have 7 cards left in the deck. I think our Blade Wing is still there. Slamming a Blade Wing is a very good play here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're just getting all of our land. So here's 12 land. 12, there's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright. Only units in the deck. So we'll deal 5 damage to a target creature. The very clearest one that we do it to is the Homer. And we swing up in the skies. So Vikan has to swing with everything this turn. It doesn't kill us, though. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Woo! Oh! How does this work? No, because this says enchant permanent, you control enchanted permanent. Does this just mean that if I enchanted Arcane Flight? If I take the flight, what happens? Nothing, right? I just control it. I think the answer is that nothing happens. I think it just stays on the creature. Let me just do no attackers. Then you take the Relic Runner. It can't be blocked if you cast a Historic spell this turn. But I don't think I can attack with it this turn. I think that's right. I think this doesn't give that haste. I think I do syncopate. Relic Runner, when I take control of it, it can't attack that turn. So we don't attack, but do I take control of this turn? Oh, I'm doing some math. I actually think that this is the correct play. I actually think this is the correct play. Because this gives us a chance to win in a ton of things. That's really bad. But that's okay. gets exiled, which is what we want. So 1 out of 3. Okay. So Slim Voda can come down, which will return all permanents to their owner's hand. Or return all creatures to their owner's hands. Oh shit, so we would lose in Bolus's clutches. Alright, I'm the best player in the world. I'm the best. I'm the best player there ever was. Woo! Alright, that's why you always reserve in Bolus's clutches for a 2-1. Alright, let's look at our construction here. Is this actually a reasonable? Yeah, I think we're fine. Keep shipping it back. Oh my god. Hey, unemployed Shaku, happy 74-month anniversary, celebrating over 6 years here at Day 9 TV. Oh my god, I was gonna deck, man. Oh my god, it's Vicon in chat. Says, man, that game was fun. Was hoping to deck you out. Had 4 cards left. Dude, I almost... I was considering bouncing a turtle earlier on in life, let me tell you. I was considering... I like almost self-milled, just blew myself up. Oh... Alternatively, what we could do is be like, ah, yes, thank you. You successfully discarded all the things in the way of our legendary. Gay Until Morning says, woo, been on hormones. I'm a trans girl for 2 years today. Congrats, Gay Until Morning. Is there like a terminology for that? You know, kind of like a birthday? Like, is there like a proper way to describe that? To like celebrate? Like, I don't know what the language is. Alright, I can just opt right now, it doesn't matter. Alright, we're doing it. Yeah, I mean, this is the stone cold nuts. This is perfect, right? Gay Until Morning says, I call it my transiversary. Happy transiversary, Gay Until Morning. We're big believers in celebrating transiversaries here. I mean, I think I do just two-headed giant here. Hopefully, DeFergie. Ah, yes, DeFergie. Her name's Fergie. She's the only one, and she hates vowels. DeFergie. Alright, well, we fucking won. Alright, I mean, we're literally gonna win with a solo two-headed giant. We're gonna syncopate whatever's here. Of course. It says menace. I think we're on the two-headed giant plan. I think we'll clutchly bolus whatever gets short-sorted, short-S-worded. Why wouldn't you? I mean, first of all, I think it's just important to be slow and deliberate with the Magic the Gathering Arena interface. It resolves. Just being really, really slow about that. Second of all, I just want to think through my lines. I'm trying to do better about the due diligence, you know. That's why. How do you even pronounce that name properly? It's Ayla Jutilainen. Oh my god. Alright, it is a mere 4-4. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. So I think I'm Cloud Reader Sphinxing because I want to make sure I can get enough land on top for the In Bolus's Clutch. Is there a way to see the Exile Zone? I think you kind of have to hover in a bit of a weird spot. You have to, like, hover here-ish. Now, if you In Bolus's Clutch a creature that is equipped, you still get to keep the weapon on the dude. It's just that your opponent controls the weapon and can change equip. That does not actually seem like a big deal. I don't want to swing with this because a double block is obnoxious. I mean, we're in a very, very, very dominant position. So I swing first, and then I think we're gonna... It's very smart timing. Very smart timing. I say this is very smart timing because our opponent did this before declaring blockers. Oops, I did not. Yeah, that's really bad. Okay, whatever. I do want that, so there you have it, Sean. But that's so smart. It's very common for people to declare the block, and then once the block is declared, then throw down this vicious offering, which if I syncopated then Defergie would have just slayed self. The two-headed giant only flips when it chooses to attack, so I have to plan around 50% of the time this being a vanilla 4/4. This is fine. We could also just In Bolus's Clutch, but I don't see a reason to. We can just keep Cloud Reader Sphinxing. Cloud Reader Sphinxing. The Pillow Man 293 says, are you doubting your ability to ask for the coins you want? Now, if I In Bolus's Clutch this, it's a 10, it'll be a 9/3. This will get re-equipped. Then if I swing out, is that lethal? You know what? I actually really like this play. This is actually, I mean, this is not a big threat, but this is a scary move to do. Because now we can deep freeze with an attack, which is good. Once again, we own Yargle the Glutton of Urborg, which is the G-est name I've ever heard. But the short sword is still owned by Defergie. So she can just, like, take the short sword and re-equip it on whatever the heck. You can change who's equipped with that. I mean, you can. Great, so now we have everything stacked on Tashar. So we have the capability of deep freezing this, which is just the obvious choice. This is a 3/7 without flying. I'm just gonna swing out, man. right? It's just a vanilla. See, I in the last 2-3 years of playing, I have much more erred towards the side of swinging. Not necessarily going to claim that's correct all the time, but it has definitely dramatically improved my win rate. So, Cosmo19 says, I was happy to see/hear you at your meet and greet through Jake and Bake's live stream. Yeah, I was right next to Jake and Bake. God, it was great seeing you all at TwitchCon. It was so great. I swear to God, the day nights, you people, are just the most polite, pleasant people ever. Just so great. I don't know how I'm drawing so well. This is so insane, but we're gonna hold on to this. You're so polite. You're so polite. Because let me explain. Like, there's events where I'll go to and I'm talking to somebody, and then a third person will come up and interrupt. Hey, excuse me, you know, I'll apologize for interrupting. Is there any chance, etc., etc., etc. And that, like, the percentage, the rate at which that happened was so tiny. That, like, just did not really happen this year at TwitchCon, like, ever. Like, across the board, everyone was just like, oh, yeah, I'll just chill and talk, yeah. So I just, like, sat there, and I had, like, you know, sometimes very brief conversations, sometimes, like, 3-4 minute long conversations. Everyone just really politely just hung out, waited. It was great. Love it. New Sunshine, happy 73-month anniversary. Happy 6 years. New Sunshine says, no, you, Sean, you're the nicest of human. That's a good vanilla Shivan Fire target, I think. Shifty says, I caught you in the hallway. You look svelte as hell. Oh, thank you. Let's put you in the bin. Sensing Boliapka. Thought just as wait, I just stood up to the game end. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good game. Idle Satire says, hope the baby cats enjoyed the cat toy one. Oh my god. Those baby cats loved that shit. Is this a reasonable turn at which to throw down this? No, I think I would rather that first some auras and enchantments plop down. So that way this feels like it's a very scary dude. And then we Fiery Intervention to get a 2-for-1. I think that's more efficient. JT Phoenix says, I keep thinking about homeroom now since we talked food at the event. Oh yeah. So this is, I think, a very safe attack, because if there's a 1-mana blue spell that I don't know about that blows me out here, then that means our opponent's better than we are. But Volduck is not going to want to block. Volduck is going to want to stay alive and get enchanted like crazy. So we can get in 3 free damage. With no enchantments, Volduck, Keeper of the Flame, has a hard time. It's generally going to be a trade. This is a nice wall. I think this is just an excellent play. We're just going to run out the Academy Journey Mage. Now, Boliakpa could very well syncopate, counter, do something like that. This is the right card to counter. Perfect. Thing of beauty. That's exactly what we want countered. We're going to swing in with both. The Humrid Explorer didn't block last time. The Humrid Explorer was not blocked last time. Now this has Menace. So this can't be blocked. So I guess this is the 1 red first strike thing. Okay. That is okay. We are okay with that. There's some very dirtily cards in Boliakpa's deck. This just can't really do that much. We'll probably have to just swing in right now, but Once I get a Cold Water Snapper down, I mean, still we have the play of Fiery Intervention on this. Next turn, if we don't draw anything, I mean, we can just Two-Headed Giant keep swinging in. Like, this having Double Strike 25% of the time is pretty insane. Oh my god! I enchant Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, which is an aura attached to it, therefore... We are the kick-assest. Isn't it 50%? It's just 25, because we flip 2 coins. If they're both heads, it's double strike. If they're both tails... I hope it doesn't tap the blue. Alright, so it has... Is that double strike or menace? Great. The instant one thing goes on to Valduk, we're in god shape, man. Yeah, but it's 25% chance menace, 25% chance. Connex, what was the reasoning for not wanting to tap blue? My god, we are an asshole. The reasoning is that we have 2 and 2, so I feel like it's better to keep this one open. Also, because Opt is a much more common spell. I want to at least hint that I could have an Opt. Whereas, if it leaves red open, why would I not have just Sheevan fired that before? Like, technically it doesn't matter, but... Single blue, I like more. Tap it all. Syncopates our syncopate. I mean, running double befuddle is not a recipe for success. That's okay. Menace. Woohoo! Bluffing Sheevan Fire seems more relevant than bluffing Opt, right? In some circumstances, in this particular circumstance, we had land available to cast a Sheevan Fire for turns beforehand, and then we didn't cast a Sheevan Fire, so that's very much so kind of like what... Well, Sean very obviously doesn't have that, so... Oh, our opponent accidentally targeted themselves for milling and put Jaya Ballard away and the Sorcerer's Wand away. This is good news. Nice. Alright, now, knowing the luck of Boliakpa, we're going to draw a land and just instantly bolus his clutch. So I'm thinking it's just going to happen right now. Well, we're just going to do it the simple way. Just a good old dealing 4. Why didn't he swing with 5 damage? It's very scary to leave up no blockers. Because the coin flips on the two-headed giant when I have the declaration of attack step. So, like, when it's time to attack, and I click attack, then it flips the coin. So, he doesn't know if he's going to have to chump, because maybe he can just bust through and win. Okay. Nice. Here comes the first double strike we're ever going to see from the two-headed giant, huh? Because this has haste, if we get an extra land, probably this and this attacks. Probably these two attack. 2 or more instant sorceries, so as long as one of these attacks. Here comes the double strike. There it is, the first ever. Think we can get the second ever double strike? Nope. What does it mean for a card to be kicked? Well, you can pay the base cost of a card, and it does the base thing. So, for instance, this is do this, and will deal 2 damage. If you pay the kicker cost, it does, like, some sort of super-duper effect. Well, there's all the land that we wanted. Well, looks like we got our land milled. From Way to Memory. We might actually lose this game because of the one double strike turn. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Ooh. We didn't mind control Atlas because it is a tapped card. We would have gained control of it, and it would have been tapped. I believe that Bolus's... Let's actually check that. Bolus... Was she tapped? Yeah, Atlas Cinder Wizard was tapped. This just says you control it. This doesn't say untap target creature. Which is an extremely important thing to note. Netham says, my B. No, Netham. More like, I've fucked that up before. Let's just get a 3-lander. Not great. Not great. I'm chucking it back. There it is. That's it. There's the one. Yeah, Marique says you have to be more specific with your omnipotent predictions, Sean. Yeah, that's my bad. Alright, I like auto tap again. That's a superb card. I'd rather play this than the Verix. Davenant Trapper is pretty annoying. Go ahead and just syncopate it for 1. Have you got an early double-headed every game? I'm playing out in this way because if I get an opt into another opt, I want to have enough blue. I think I've gotten it in 2 of the 4 games. Fortunately, can't syncopate that. I'd have loved to. Okay, that's just ridiculous. Alright, 3/4 flying. So, if AK... Oh! So, AK is land Scrutioed. I'm gonna syncopate, I don't really care. We don't have that many creatures in the deck, but we do have a lot of counterplay, removal-y type things, so I'm content to do that. Mesa Unicorn is... when I first saw Dominaria, I was like, I'm only drafting Mesa Unicorns. Oh, they're so efficient. Oh, efficiency's crazy. Now I decided that I would rather play with cards that let me win games of Magic the Gathering. Op's gonna be on one of the top two for sure. There's Fiery Intervention. Do I want another mountain? This feels like the correct order. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm a moron. That's the order right there. I get it, and I just kick it immediately and just get 2 4/4s in the skies. There we go. Missed the damage because of Island? Yeah. Yeah, that's super duper correct. Super duper correct. That's some real basic ordering. We just, yeah. Let's grow the pooch! Verix Bladewing is very good. Boy, I actually really like Auto Tap now that I thoughtfully do it. I've been watching a lot of Jeff Hoagland and Savitz and Noxious, Professor Knox. Watching them all use Auto Tap, it's been amazing. My body, I think I need to be really careful tomorrow and Thursday. Because I'm driving to BlizzCon tomorrow, and I'm doing a full day stream on Wednesday. The re-recording. Double strike, first strike, lifelink. Alright, I think we 3, 4, 4. I think we Fiery Intervention this guy. Doesn't matter because everything's non-interactable, so I'm just swinging in the air for everything. Yeah, there's going to be a full 8-hour stream of the 2011 Sean playing through Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Shroudman says, are you calling out subs? I've seen a few that I haven't heard. Oh yeah, no, we very occasionally do that. Most of the time what I do, Shroudman, is interact with what people are saying in the chat. Because I just think it makes for better, more interesting content. And there's a lot of subs on Day 9 TV, so I don't really want to turn it into like an endless readout. Endless, endless, endless. Welcome to this, welcome to this, welcome to this, welcome to this. If you destroyed the enchantment, wouldn't you have won? I believe that card reads destroy target artifact, not destroy target enchantment, I believe. I'm going to give that a confident 70%. Probably nuke whatever's there. We won't nuke that for sure. We'd rather blow something up like a sap herd. Fuck. Baby Drake. But I gotta be really careful tonight, tomorrow. Because I can tell that my brain is really tired from this weekend. Because, I mean, like, I'm on, like, when I'm live, for just, like, a few hours. Just, like, 6, 7, 8 hours, and then I'm off. But, like, TwitchCon is, like, get there at 9 and then just be on until you go to bed. So we're going to do this way. Because we want to make sure that we have one red up for the Sheevan Fire. I would much rather Sheevan Fire an X2. But yeah, no, I need to rest more. I need to have lots and lots and lots of rest. Like, I was actually pretty dead the other day. That's fine. I mean, we're going to take 5 here. turn we play the Snapper and we just kind of chill for a little bit. I need to keep saving the Academy Drake for blocking these two Saprolinks. Play nothing! Alright, that sucks. So I'm going to play the two-headed giant first. So I can double block this. Could be swing with everything, but I'll double block this. And then this way, these two things die, and the hexproof turtle can come down. That does suck. That's a good one. Well, this lets us live a few turns at least. Swinging with everything is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Actually, that's probably the correct way for our opponent to swing with it, the whole team. This is what I mean by, like, I'm much more aggressive than I used to be. Modern day Knight swings hard there. Did I fuck up? Do I die? Trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oopsie, flips and doopsie. Alright, I messed up and died. I needed to just do this as regular, too. My first intuition was correct. Alright, let's see if our opponent just... Yeah, fuck. I needed to keep the blink of an eye up. Oh my god, I had it doing fine, and then I just fucked up and was like, oh, I can kick. I needed to just slow down just a little bit, and we would have been okay. Oh wow, we were already at 4 wins with this. If the extension isn't working, let me actually make sure the extension is not disabled or something here, because it's been working throughout. Yeah, the extension's enabled. It seems like some people are having some breakages with the extensionationings. Not really sure why. Not really sure why. Let's take a look at this. I really actually think this is a keep. I actually really do. 1 land and we can play everything. 1 more land and depending we can play the Verix Bladewing. Boy, that's a good draw. I think no matter what happens, we opt. I think I have to syncopate that. That's really good. I just don't think we can let Scary First Strike-a-tude happen. And of course I get there every single time, dude. Every time. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do this now so I can hopefully get a land. Great. Keep that one on the top. I think it's strictly better than just mashing out the Academy Drake. Get out a pair of Drakes. Might just naked Verix Bladewing here. S.A. Zephyr says, can you explain how you got so good at ripping lands off the top from 2 landers? Well, here's the thing. You can get hand simulators, where you make a deck and it simulates an opening hand, and you just draw some. And you can start to get a sense that, like, it's generally pretty good to keep 2 land hands. a lot of the time. It's not just 2-land bad or 2-land good. Like, this particular hand was very nice because if we just get 1 land, we have many turns of plays. Killbeam says, do you have some pointers for sending that first message on a dating site? Okay, keep it in my case. I keep second-guessing myself whenever I think of something to send. Killbeam, this is exactly what you should do. I have strict AF advice. Alright, we're going to opt to see if we can peel a Syncopate off the top. Land is super duper good. Alright. We have a Deep Freeze anyways. Here's exactly what you should do. You should say, hey, I liked your profile. Feel free to check out my profile. And if you'd be interested in chatting, that'd be great. Actually, Cloud Rooter Sphinx is way better than Deep Freezing. That's it. That sounds super boring, but dude, that's why you write a profile. That's why you make a profile on those dating sites. That's what you do, right? You make yourself have a good profile. Alright, well that just incidentally worked out great for us. I mean, we lost the Verix, which sucks, but we put the Sheevan Fire on top, so we're going to blow up the Cloud Raider Sphinx and just go in. I have known a lot of people in my life who have written these freaking essays to people. And the person just looks and goes, and then just doesn't really respond. And then they're like, okay, well, I gotta keep sending essays and keep being unique. It's great to send some unique thing like, hey, I like that you do XYZ and that's cool. Hurrah. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that shit. But, like, I would encourage you to try to make it no more than, like, 3 sentences. This is a stranger. You don't need a... It's not a job interview, you know? It's just asking someone out on a date. I would have attacked? Why? And immediately lose an Academy Drake to set him to... Wait. Well, it would have just blocked into the Cloud Raider Sphinx. Oh, the Cloud Raider Sphinx was tapped. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at chat. I had no idea. The Sphinx was tapped? Oh, yeah. Well, no, we just strictly fucked up, man. That's it. We just fucked up. Don't worry about it. Just fuck up, guys. Yeah, we just missed a whole bunch of damage. We could have won. But it is all good in the hood. It is a good day to scry. No. And then we would have had lethal this turn. Isn't that amazing? I have a lot of faith in our Academy Drake. I want you to know. I have a lot of faith. We can't block the 3/3 because it has Menace. Welcome back to my graveyard. Alright, time to start mashing that attack button. Alright, we are 4 turns from Success Town. Our opponent is 5 turns from Success Town, so that's a little scary. Academy Drake, the softest removal. I'm going to play this down because there is just a lot of Caligo Skin Witches and blue-black, so I mean, I may as well just jam land. Now, you'll note if we had remembered to smash on the turn when our opponent snatched up our Academy Drake with Inbolus's Clutches, then we would have blown him up and won by then. Because we've missed 4 damage this game. We've missed 4 damage this game. Probably probably have to in-bolus as clutch as this. So our opponent would have been dead, but that's alright. It's no big deal. I tend to make really, really simple, obvious mistakes when I'm streaming. Alright, we're dead in 2. I'm thinking a mountain. Alright, there it is. It's like the only thing that lets us live. I should have played the land first in case of some counter. But we're probably dead. Yeah, the 3-3 has menace. If the 3-3 did not have menace, we would be blocking the 3-3. Wow, we lost then. Whoopsie doopsie. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, gotta be more attentive when you're streaming, because that literally was just, oh yeah, no, we won. Had we simply just not, had we simply swung in against the tapped Sphinx. Yeah, no big deal though, man. Pretty happy with how that draft went.